Welcome back, Truth Seeker. I want to do a quick follow-up on the reported death of the young 6-year-old Faye Swetlik in Casey, South Carolina. If you watched the live stream I was doing earlier today about the death of Kobe Bryant, I was explaining in that video how his death was the latest 74-33 ritual. And again, the very first video I ever did on YouTube was about death and how the numbers 74 and 33 are brought together and the reason why they are. As I was doing that live stream, I got one of those pop-ups in the corner, the breaking news about the death of this girl. And I said, here we are on the 44th day of the year and we have another murder story. Because again, the word kills 44, executions 44. It's a number that shows up around death often as well. And I hadn't decoded the story because I was working on the presentation about Kobe Bryant and his daughter. And I just want you to see this. This young girl's full name, Faye Marie Swetlik, sums to 74. Again, this number that shows up around murder rituals often. And it's often paired with the number 33. And it turns out the town of Casey is on the 33rd parallel north. And remember, Masonry, secrecy, order, they all sum to 33. Masonic and killing are 74, but where 33 and 74 really come together is through the story of Jesus on the cross. Jesus, cross, Messiah, gospel, parables, they're all 74. And again, Kobe equals 33. He died during the 74th NBA season, and of course there's a whole lot more to that story. But again and again, the numbers 33 and 74 come together in high-profile deaths. And it's not like this young girl was a celebrity, but this is a major news story on the 44th day of the year. 74-33 again and again. And for history buffs, go back to what's reported about the Freemason George Washington. George Washington supposedly had 74 generals, and 33 of them were Masons. George Washington equals 74, so does Masonic. And again, out of the 50 states, only one sums to 74. It's Oregon, and Oregon's the 33rd state. So only the 33rd state sums to 74. Again, they like to bring these numbers together. And it's not always rituals that are death and killing, but so often it is. So here we are now on the 33rd parallel. The young girl with the 74 name Gematria. You know, the same patterns persist. And remember, in this same cipher where Masonry, secrecy, and order sum to 33, so does federal, so does police. I'll repeat again. The band, the Police, in 1983 put out the song Murder by Numbers, a song about killing being the sport of the elite. Very twisted song. It's about killings as simple as A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. I'll just show you real quick. Police, Murder by Numbers, lyrics. Let's just read the lyrics because we haven't done it for a while. Murder by Numbers, the Police, again, 1983, Murders 83. The lyrics go, once that you've decided on a killing, first you make a stone of your heart. And if you find that your hands are still willing, then you can turn a murder into art. There really isn't any need for bloodshed. You just do it with a little more finesse. If you can slip a tablet into someone's coffee, then it avoids an awful lot of mess. It's murder by numbers, 1, 2, 3. It's as easy to learn as your ABCs. And then the chorus repeats. Now, if you have a taste for this experience, if you're flushed with your very first success, then you must try a twosome or a threesome. You'll find your conscience bothers you much less. Because murder is like anything you take to. It's a habit-forming need for more and more. You can bump off every member of your family and everybody else you find a bore. Because it's murder by numbers, 1, 2, 3, it's as easy to learn as your ABCs. Now you can join the ranks of the illustrious in history's great dark hall of fame. All our greatest killers were industrious, at least the ones that we all know by name. But you can reach the top of your profession if you become the leader of the land, for murder is the sport of the elected, and you don't need to lift a finger of your hand. Because it's murder by numbers, 1, 2, 3. It's as easy to learn as your ABCs. And then they give it to you. 1, 2, 3, ABC. because it's murder by numbers 1, 2, 3. And, since this song has to do with a serial killer, again, just to remind where we started, it's the 44th day of the year. Yesterday we said to look for another homicide story in the headlines because this happens every year on the 44th day. This happened in Casey, South Carolina, which again sums to 193, which is the 44th prime number. When you run the alphabetic order in reverse, Casey, South Carolina is 293, which is the 62nd prime number. The girl's name, Faye Swetlik, is 62 without the middle name. Sacrifice is 62. Again, forwards and backwards, Faye Swetlik is just like sacrifice. We see this so often in the people who are reported dead in these murder-homicide stories. It's like they are chosen because they have the numbers. And again, not to be too redundant, but the term Faustian bargain equals 62. A Faustian bargain is when you make a deal with the devil for material gain, for fame. And this is what's going on in this world. A lot of people are offing their family members for their own benefit, for their own success. And, some people truly are sociopathic. Some people probably think like, well, my daughter's only 6, I can be rich the rest of my life, we can have another kid. I mean, there's people in this world who sadly are that way, They don't think about their soul and all the other things that are decent and right in this world. And, again, just to show people, Gematria. There's 4 base ciphers. I just want to type in serial killer real quick so you can see this. Serial killer has gematria of 59. In Jewish gematria, kill equals 59. 59 is the 17th prime number. Remember, the word kill in the same cipher is 17. And in Jewish gematria, kill is 59. Jewish gematria is the cipher I talk of outside of the base ciphers that's important. Outside of these 4 base ciphers, if there's another one to learn, it's Jewish gematria. But coming back to serial killer, 59, the 193 is there, and I just want you to see, for example, a name like Michael Myers, right? A serial killer from the Halloween series. 59, 193, 131, the same as serial killer. Think about Halloween, October 31st, 1031. But you see also the 67, the word killer 67. It's another number that shows up around deaths all the time. And, think about like Jason and his hockey mask. Jason has the 59 connection as well. So just realize these numbers are used systematically. What is military? Military is trained killers, legalized killing. Military has that 44 in it. The word soldier has that gematria 44. Infantry 44. Trooper 44. Officer 44. The list goes on. Who's the head of the military? The Secretary of Defense. Secretary of Defense is 193, the 44th prime. Remember the last Secretary of Defense who had the fallout with Trump 193 days from Trump's birthday? That was Mad Dog. Mad Dog's 44. His last name was Mattis. And again, there's a whole bunch more to it. But I'm just trying to help you understand how these numbers are used systematically. This code of letters and numbers is understood by the elite. This is the language of the Cabal. Kabbalah states God created the world with letters, numbers, and words. The powerful people that are the Cabal, that are bloodlines, that are born into this, a lot of them are named accordingly. This is the code that the elite work by. And it's why every single year the same types of things happen on the same dates, like a broken record, or like a perfectly repeating record. And, I just want to say again that right now I'm being attacked by a channel that's trying to make me look bad, and all I did to them was try to educate them about this knowledge and get them to share it in their videos. It's this guy right here, if you're familiar with this guy. If you don't know who it is, you don't need to know. But he did a video on this young girl's death, and all he did was showed the Fox News clip, and then at the end of the Fox News clip, he asked people to buy his t-shirts. And do you know what kind of t-shirts he advertised? T-shirts with guns and ammo on them. I mean, does that seem like the right thing to do in light of covering the death of a little girl? Here, buy my shirt with an AK-47 on the front. Hope you enjoyed me re-showing Fox News. buy one of my t-shirts. And then this guy's spending his whole day yesterday trying to make me look bad. Because why? Because I reached out to him and tried to give him some important knowledge to advance his research and inform his audience more. And realized the only reason I reached out to this guy is because so many of you over time had asked me to interact with him because you thought he was a good guy. And honestly, I was on the fence about him, but now I know. So anyhow, this knowledge, it's the truth. The patterns are undeniable. Case in point, I was doing a live stream today educating about 74 and 33. The news of this young little girl broke. I didn't decode the story, but I just knew right away. I was like, okay, here we go. The murder story on the 44th day of the year. But sure enough, you decode it, and it's the exact same thing again. 74, 33. If you have not read my book, again, the reason my book is essential reading, and I don't mean to advertise on the back of a little girl, but again, my book is priced next to free. It's $5 for 800 pages. The reason it's so cheap is not because it's invaluable. It's incredibly valuable. I want everybody to have this knowledge to be able to afford it so they can help get the word out so we don't have to read about stories like this anymore. I mean, this stuff's sick. People being murdered almost daily by a code, the same repetitive code almost every single day. It's very clear who's responsible. You know, there's a reason why at the beginning of this nation's existence there was an anti-Masonry party, you know. And it's not just Masons, and it's not all Masons. Don't confuse with what I'm saying. Like, there's plenty of people in Masonry that aren't murderers, that just are in it for knowledge and brotherhood. I get that. But the Masons at the top, a lot of people have come out of Masonry once they started to get near the top, and they've said, okay, it's completely satanic at the top. There's a lot of whistleblowers on that. It's pretty much a documented fact. And this is who's responsible. The powerful secret societies that control government, media, police. And remember, in the most pure cipher, like I was saying, Masonry's 33, secrecy's 33, orders 33, police is 33, federal's 33. Look up the history about George Washington. George Washington had 74 generals, 33 of which were Masons. Again, I could tell you about all these numbers, but we'll save it for another time. Or you can just read my book. 3374. Ooh. And, all right, just because somebody asked me in the comments of the last video I did on this, it is possible. I mean, this would be the best outcome for this story. It is possible that there is no such thing as this little girl. That's also the other possibility because, again, the media is here to drain us with negativity and give us stories of death, murder, and killing. If you've never seen this website, check it out, thispersondoesnotexist.com. If you've never heard of this website, this person we're looking at right here, they do not exist. Every time you refresh this page, you get a lifelike image of a person that does not exist. This is a computer-generated image. Every single time. None of these people exist. They're all computer-generated images. And this is the thing about the day and age we live in. This is the level of deception that can be used against us. I mean, if I showed you that picture, would you believe that wasn't a real person? Person looks as real as I do. This person does not exist. So, again, news media is here to keep us in a low vibration. It's why it's constantly negative. It's constantly why it's focused on fear, death, killing, disease, illness. I mean, it's the same thing. It's clockwork every year. And that's why it's best to not even tune in, because you're not getting anything beneficial out of this. The reason I do this work is to help people see what's really going on in this world, because yes, people are being murdered, but stuff is being contrived to constantly keep us in the negative, low vibration. Again, the reason 74 is the number is because energy is 74. Everything is about energy. The powers that shouldn't be know that if they keep us in a low energy state, we're more easily controlled. Gematria is 74. English is 74. Killing 74. Again, there's the song. See this 7438? Watch this. English 7438. Gematria 7438. Again, there's another song out there called Gematria, the killing name. Killing 7438. You know, on our calendar, the Ides of March, the 74th day of the year, to remember the stabbing. Stabbing's another 74. The stabbing of Caesar. Anyway. In Hermeticism, which is another set of knowledge studied by Masonry like Kabbalah, Gematria comes from Kabbalah because Kabbalah states God created the world with letters, numbers, and words. In Hermeticism, it says that everything carries a vibration, including every letter, number, color, everything. And those vibrations, they have an impact on us. You know, the number 1 carries a different vibration than the number 7. And the people who understand the mastery of this ancient knowledge, they're the ones that use this code almost like an instrument against us. It's all on the subconscious level. And again, if you're wondering if I can explain to you like which number carries which vibration and why, the answer is sort of. But again, this knowledge is thousands of years old, and I still don't understand everything about it, and I'm always researching more, but just realize this is what's being done and this is why. So the code's clockwork. You learn the code, you just see how it's rinse and repeat day after day. And shame on this guy. I mean, shame on all the shills in this community. Pathetic people. And again, all you shills out there, you'd be able to look more legitimate if you used Gematria and shared it. I mean, anyway, we'll leave it there. Till next time.